Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, we've heard many experts state that our region is suffering from food and nutrition insecurity. What does this mean? And what will our trajectory look like if something isn't done to address it?
Right. Food and nutrition insecurity, just putting it very simply, the failure of a food system to meet the nutrition and health requirements of a population is, in a sense, what we regard as food insecurity, because food security not only talks about the physical presence of food, but how it really impacts the health of people. So if we have a food system that is not really meeting the requirements, then it is a failure. And this is evidenced by the high rates of obesity and chronic disease that we have, which are dependent so much on food, not only food, but food is a dominant factor. We really have to look at that. So COVID that you mentioned really exacerbates that problem. It's an underlying problem. We hope that COVID will disappear from whence it came, and we will still have to deal with the food insecurity problem. And that is not something that is going to happen overnight or by a wave of the hand. It has to be a conscious effort. It has to be a deliberate focus. And we have to understand how many people are food insecure. Where are they located? What is the cause of their food insecurity? Because they're different. And what can be done about it? You see, so the whole issue of food insecurity, and it's an integral part of the health and nutrition development of the population. We have to look at the availability of food. We have to look at the ability of people to access the food. We also have to look at the consumption of the food. And each one of those dimensions or pillars has its own challenges in terms of getting us where we want to go. So food security is a broad area. It links the food with the health, and there are challenges that occur at different levels. What we need to do is to make sure that we understand that it isn't a standalone. It is not, it is integral. And as I said, when we look at the different, from the availability, accessibility, HCC that you're representing, and other NGOs and governments, there are different entry points that you can make to, to break that cycle, if you like, or the different stages of food security. And I think that that is very important. The other thing is that there is also the overlap with other sectors, right? Because we talk about food and health, but of course, we have to talk about tourism, we have to talk about economics, we have to talk about several other sectors that are involved. And in the past, we dealt with agriculture in a vertical way. We dealt with health when we do health planning, and we still do to a large extent in a vertical way. When we look at, franchises, fast food franchises, the Minister of, whether it's commerce or whatever, they deal with it in a vertical way. When we look at transportation systems, we deal with it in a vertical way. And we have to recognize that there is a systems approach that needs to be taken so that all of these parts don't work against each other, but they work congruently towards the goal of health and proper nutrition. So that is a challenge that we have, and that is why the food insecurity, in a sense, is still with us. And unless we have a combined and a systems approach towards it, we are going to continue to have the problems that we're having.